After 15 years, Samurai Jack is back for a fifth season on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. During its original run, Samurai Jack was lauded for its impeccable animation and compelling story. Let's see if after all these years, Jack still has his groove. Here are my first impressions of the first episode of this long-awaited revival. Right away we get classic Jack. The episode starts with an alien mom and her children, who have a quirky way of communicating, running away from robot beetles. And Jack arrives to save them. Instantly we get the stellar animation and fight choreography that helped make Samurai Jack famous. There are new human enemies this season. We have a cool new villain team of Night Sister-esque assassin ladies, whose story is the first episode's B-plot. They look quite formidable and will likely contribute to some incredible action scenes. Right now they are set up as Jack's major adversaries because the main villain of the series, Aku, has not officially resurfaced yet, which is understandable since the dearly departed Mako voiced the character and brought so much charisma to the role. Aku was such a memorable character that managed to be both intimidating and vicious, yet have genuinely comedic moments that didn't diminish his credibility as a threat. It was quite a remarkable feat. He could be burning entire towns full of people in one episode and then telling fairy tales to children as a PR move in another. It is unclear if we will see that kind of humor in this new season. Jack is also dealing with some inner demons that are very well animated. He was always hardcore, but they are kicking it up to 11. He has been on his crusade to get back to the past to stop Aku for the past 15 years and hasn't aged because of magic or something. Along with the outstanding animation and action, Samurai Jack had a lot of heart and humor throughout its original run. The plot was simple, and the two main characters were basic representations of good and evil, right down to their designs. Compelling character moments and good action built a great show on this foundation. The action in this episode is, of course, very good, but it feels different. It is revealed in a flashback late in the episode that Jack lost his magic sword at some point. So now he uses various weapons including guns and a weaponized motorbike, which looks cool but doesn't feel right. The very first scene has Jack literally mowing down beetle robots with the spiked wheels of a motorbike. It's a neat visual, but along with being really silly, it is a very strange opening move from Jack. On a side note, when I see characters on motorbikes when they have no reason to be on one, other than to be cool, especially for samurai characters, I become incredulous. For the time being, Jack's inner demons show up as guilt for not going back in time soon enough to save his parents and the world. Jack didn't have this conflict before this point, and from what we have seen of his character before this episode, it doesn't make much sense. Jack is doing what he has been doing for years, trying to find a way back to the past and saving people along the way. As the episode progresses, it seems like Jack is thinking that stopping to save people is distracting him from finding a way home, and that's an interesting angle. He also just drops that Aku at some point destroyed the way to the past, even though there were several ways to the past that Jack came across during his journey. Maybe that will be cleared up along with where the sword is. They have, so far, glossed over why he might be hardened from years of not making progress with a brief montage. There's also this Phantom Ganon looking thing all of a sudden that he sees. We'll probably find out what that is eventually. These sudden hallucinations feel like forced drama for a character that always had a good head on his shoulders, and is a weird way to reintroduce this character after so many years. Then he fights a throwaway villain. This villain had a cool design and cool powers, but he had an annoying personality and grating voice. I was just waiting for him to get cut in half. Overall, I like what I see with the action and animation, but I'm worried that they're trying too hard to be edgy and hard-boiled to the detriment of the heart and the humor that helped make the show so great. They do not have the limitations of the Cartoon Network censors and target audience, but that freedom should be handled with restraint. I like to remember the expression, just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Just because you can have Jack ride a weaponized motorcycle, doesn't mean you should. Just because you can have a robot play the flute doesn't mean you should. Seriously, is anyone else bothered by that? I expect that it will get better as things established in this episode gel. I will keep watching and keep you guys updated. I'll see you all next time.